Raise your hand if your fourth grader can nail a math question. Now raise your hand if that same fourth grader can nail a story problem. When we introduce story problems, sometimes it doesn't come across to the fourth grader as a story problem. Sometimes they look at us as if we're speaking ancient Greek. But today we're going to change that. Today we're going to have AI help us a little bit, but we're not going to allow AIs to turn us, the teachers, into zombies. Welcome to the AI Teacher Lounge. Here's the truth. Most students don't fail math because they don't know how to multiply. Many students fail math because they can't relate to the story problems. They can't connect with the numbers. If I ask a chatbot to create a fourth grade story problem, I'm going to get something like a train left Chicago at X miles per hour, 60 miles per hour. Well, it's correct. You're going to see questions like that on tests, state tests, district tests, etc. But how many fourth grade students has actually seen a train? How many millions of students have actually seen Chicago, or been to Chicago, or been to some big city or metropolitan area for that matter? Not a lot. But this is where AI can shine. What if we invite AI to actually relate to the students? And I'm going to show you how to do that. Today we're going to use Gemini and Google Docs. So I have in Google Docs a prompt. Create 3 fourth grade level math word problems using addition, subtraction, and multiplication. Each should include cereal, a soccer, and Jefferson Elementary. Use simple vocabulary. Now how I got here is simple. I opened Google Docs and I just clicked here in Ask Gemini. I clicked on that and it brought up this window. Once it was open, I just inputted this prompt. Now let's see what happens when I actually create. Gemini is going to think about it for a second, and Gemini is great because it's built in not only to Google Docs, but also Google Sheets and even Google Slides. And as Gemini thinks about this question and this prompt, it's going to start pulling from different elements. But now we have our questions. If I want to, I can copy the questions or I can just click insert. And there you go. There's your 3 questions. Jefferson Elementary School had a cereal drive. They collected 235 boxes of cereal on Monday and 187 boxes on Tuesday. How many boxes of cereal did they collect in total over those 2 days? Now it's no longer just a regular story problem. This is where you, as the teacher, can shine. You're the one that puts the spin. You're the one that creates the relatable setting. You're the one that adds the additional challenge to the students because now they can relate to this. This is their elementary school. Their favorite food is cereal, and their favorite sport is soccer. All it takes is a few simple questions, 3 in fact. What's your favorite food? What's a landmark that you're familiar with? And what's one of your favorite sports? By doing those, or by asking those 3 questions, you can get to know your students very well, but also you can cultivate and you can even craft questions that's going to relate to them on a more granular and a more personal level. If you want to use AI on a regular basis, follow this workflow to help you engage your students. First, gather some context. What are some interests your students have? Some local events that are happening, or even some class inside jokes that you've had either throughout the years or even what's currently going on in your class. Second, prompt with specifics. You want to include the grade level, the math skill, and the interest. All that data is significantly relevant to what you want to do and what you want to put in your prompt. 3, edit for clarification. Weave in familiar names, places, challenges. What do you want them to do? What do you want them to solve? Do you want them to multiply, divide, add, subtract? And then finally, deliver the format that you want. Whether it's going to be in print, Google Classroom, a slideshow, whatever works for you. The point is that you want to deliver this type of product that's going to best benefit your students. The key to all this is that you, the teacher, are still the designer. You are the ones that puts the muscle on these AI bones. AI is just the assistant who doesn't drink your coffee. AI is that intern that we're all looking for to do the dirty work that we don't have time to do each and every day. Personalizing math isn't about gimmicks. It's about making students see themselves in the problem. AI can help you work faster, but it can't replace the human instinct you have and that relationship you have with your students and when their eyes light up. So here's your challenge. Try this workflow for one lesson this week, just one. Drop a comment and tell me your funniest or your most successful personalized work problem. I might feature it in one of the future videos, with credit, of course. AI can write about a train leaving Chicago at 60 miles per hour. But if you want your fourth graders to care, that train had better be hauling a lot of Pokemon cards. So thanks for stopping by the AI Teacher Lounge. Until next time, we'll see you later.